Hello everyone and welcome back to today's video. So today we are doing a cottage that you access over a little bridge, a country bridge, and I got inspired by a post, well I think it was a picture that I saw that was a watercolour and it looked really cute. There was a cute little cottage in the background with a river flowing through. Obviously we can't have a river flowing through in The Sims, which is a little bit sad, but we have done the second best and put a pond here instead. So that is going to be our build, and we're putting the bridge in, and it actually gets changed because I put this on the second level, so we didn't have to have the foundation like sticks or anything underneath because I didn't really want those, and I was going to try and find a debug bridge from the game that's out in the world, and I couldn't find one later on, so I was quite glad that I did change it. But our cottage is quite big for a cottage, and it has a few different sections. So we have this little modern section that's going to be where we have our pitched roof, and then we have a little entranceway as well, which has got a very steep pitched roof. And I thought, instead of just having a box, we need to add some detail to our cottage. So we've got all these little bay window areas that stick out, and they are going to be all around the house. So we've got two on this side, and that's where I did consider putting a chimney, and then when I actually got into the floor plan it didn't work out quite that well, but it is where the chimney is. And then we've got another one on the back here. So this is in Windenburg actually. So it can fit here, it can fit in cottage living, and we definitely go for like a modern cottage vibe with this house. So we've got the thatched roof on like the oldest part of the house, and then we've got this more ramshackled slate, like I don't know whether they're slate tiles or just general tiles on our modern extension and our old bit, because I wanted the modern extension to be somewhat representative of the house but also be modern if that makes any sense. So we're going to have like modern windows and modern texture to it, but also have some old bits and pieces. And obviously we have to detail the roof by putting all the end pieces all in a row, which I actually changed that because the roof height was too low anyway. So I do actually go and change that. And we don't have just end pieces everywhere. So the main cottage itself, we have a stone ground floor, which is like the oldest part, and all our little bay window areas are in stone as well. And then on the second floor we have the get together Tudor style top section, which I think works quite nicely just to give us a little bit of different textures and everything, and it's not all like stone, which can get a little bit And we've also got the same stone we've got the older stone on our little entranceway and on our bay windows. So we've got like three different types of stone, because we've got the stone, like a modern limestone texture on our modern extension, because I thought it should still be stone to keep with everything, but also a little bit more of a modern version. And we're going to get rid of the ceiling, so I thought having a really like epic window feature would be really cool. So we've got like double height windows, and trying to get the thing to make the roof disappear. So that is a very big feature window, and it's going to look out over onto our pond area, and we're going to have like a nice big willow tree there as well. And picking the windows for this build was a little bit of a nightmare, because I always think some of the cottage living windows are too small. They're just like, the stone ones are just that a little bit too small for the game scale. And you're just like, how do you even with these windows, because they always look really stupid. Like these ones, they look really tiny, and these are like the smallest height walls, and it was a little bit of a struggle. So we do go with smaller windows at the bottom, and then sort of a more up to date cottage windows at the top, and we have these grey blue windows at the top just to bring in some different tones to the warm colours that we've got going on. And then we've got the cats and dogs ones for the bay windows, because I wanted something that went near enough the full length but still looked traditional as well. So having those on there and everything sort of matches. And I thought it'd be quite fun to add little circle windows on top of our bay windows, just to give it some extra character and extra feature as well. Obviously we have to put a load of vines and wisteria. We've got wisteria growing over our entranceway and just making it look as though it has been here for a long old time. This time I actually did the wisteria, so it had grown from that roof trim all the way along to the new part of the roof trim, which I thought was quite fun and made it look as though the house has there's life in this old house. And put in some nice blue plants everywhere, a few of the plant versions, creeper things in the bush parts as well, just to add a little pop of colour here and there. And then we're going to have this nice stone path that runs around the place. Now inside, the flooring is a choice. That is all I can say. I wanted something to match the stair colour, and it's this like orangey strange colour that I don't normally use, and I wanted all the floors to match. So it presented itself as a challenge of trying to pick things that match this floor, which I think the blues and sort of the yellow, picking out the yellow tones in it, because there is some blue tones running through this floor, so it kind of does work. But at the back here we have our living room and our dining room off to the left hand side, and that has our fireplaces on as well. And I went with the really big, like more modern one from Cottage Living, because I thought that was perfect for this house. And we've got really big rustic but sort of more modern feature by having the big wooden doors, and I can't remember where they're from. I think they're from Seasons, and they just fit in so perfectly with this house, because everything's quite, we've gone for like light colours on the walls but still having like that classic look of the white trims everywhere. And I think the big like glass but with the wooden double doors just add that little pop of 21st century into our rustic home. So we've got a seat and a poof by the fire, so you can drag them in if you need some more seating. But then we've got our 3 wide sofas for our TV area. We've got a little desk nook here, and then we're going to pop along lots of bookshelves. I actually use these because they fit in very nicely with the door siding on that goes through to our dining room, so they were kind of the perfect width, and in the white as well, just brightens everything up. And then we've got a more wood tone in the other section as well. And I have already done some of the bathrooms. So we have a downstairs bathroom that has a shower and a bathtub, and that actually goes through to a little laundry room as well, which I thought, because the bathroom was so big, I was like, this house would definitely have a laundry room. I've done the hallways and the landing, and they've got some of like the more rustic chunky side tables and long tables from Cottage Living as well. I really wanted to have a mirror on top of the fireplace, but I was just like, I wasn't in the mood to delete walls just to put one in. So it needed something up there, but it just kept snapping to the back, which was so annoying. And then in our dining room, we've kind of got a little chill area next to the fireplace. We're going to put in a corner sofa, which I think works very nice, very good, very nice. And it is in the brown, and we've got some green as well. And then we're going to have a nice big rustic table in here. There's a nice archway into the kitchen, which is quite a small kitchen compared to the dining room and the living room. But we also get to have a bar in the second bay window, which I think tucks it nicely away from everywhere else, but also just adds a little something. And we've got a little IKEA bucket storage for like toys and bits and pieces. So we don't have any toys downstairs except for in the newer bit. And so there's a few bits of like storage, and I thought it'd be quite nice to have like an old feature light, try to get one that kind of fit everything. So I think this round one works quite nicely. And then in the kitchen I wanted to have another like Arga moment on our brick wall, and so we combined like the really old one with the cottage living one, which I think is quite cool. And then we're going to do our shelf thing again, because I tried doing it with the range hood and I think I needed a bigger space. I need to do like a huge country kitchen where I can actually put in my my dream of like the range hood with the shelf underneath that is all scaled up and everything, because in here it looks just stupid because it's not big enough. But one day one day I shall make it. So we put that in, and we have some side space on the other wall as well. So we just got a little 3, which is going to be where we have a tea making thing. And I thought I'd use the full length version of the cupboards, so it's like extra storage space, because I thought on that side I didn't want to put too much decoration either, but having the open like plates and shelves and stuff just added something extra, and it didn't take away from any prep space on the other side either. And we've got our dishwasher as well, so it's a bit more like storage utilitarian section. And then we've got our few bits and pieces. I'm putting a milk jug right next to the Arga, which is probably the worst thing to do because that would make it go off so quickly. And then I really wanted to have the pot on the oven, so I was like, definitely have to actually put it on. So using our trusty 9 key to lift that up, and then obviously putting in all our details, a few plants as well, and a bin which would probably catch on fire as well. And then we have our modern living space. So we're going to have a corner sofa in here, a sectional sofa. This is going to be where the majority of the kids' stuff is. So I always forget that rug exists because it's like hidden away, but it's such a funky rug, and it's got like cutouts and everything, so I think it's quite fun to use. And then we've got our big sliding doors out into the back garden. We've got some more modern furniture in here as well. So on the oval coffee table we're going to put our a second TV, so if the kids don't want to watch what the parents are watching, they can definitely go and escape to their own room in the house. And they've got some toys and stuff they'll put in here, and we're going to put in a big bookshelf as well, the white modern one, which fits quite nicely in here. And it's just a small nice extra living space. They've got a games console, and I thought it was quite fun to put the big lights in here as well. It's just some extra lighting because we have an extra high ceiling, so having a lamp and some lamps on the walls as well just adds to that. So upstairs we have 2 huge oddly shaped bedrooms, which one is going to be our master bedroom, which is this one, and the other one's going to be a teen bedroom. They are both en suite as well, with a bath and shower, which are just off to the side there. And then we're going to have a kids' bedroom and a nursery as well, because the bathroom turned out way too big. So I was like, I need to cut this and actually make a like extra space, but it wasn't big enough for a toddler or anything. So definitely put an extra bit in. And then our master bedroom has a few bits and pieces. It's got a few more traditional and modern bits combined together, but I didn't realise how random these rooms actually looked in shape. They're so odd looking because we've got the two bay windows and like the bits and pieces of the house, but I think it just gives them extra character because you never get to work with a room that's this strangely built without intentionally doing so. Upstairs all the bedrooms have carpet, which is a little bit different and means that you can't really put a rug in, because I always feel weird putting rugs over carpets in The Sims 4 because the carpets already looked quite textured, so putting an extra thing over the top is always a little bit strange in my mind. And then for the teen bedroom, we're going for black, pink, and purple, so it's very dark, very moody, and we're just going to have fun with it. So they've got a double bed, which is like lucky them. How do you get a double bed as a teen? And then they add in, they've got a corner sofa as well, which would be epic to just sit, look out the window and chill. They've got their nice big desk as well, laptop, little book objects as well, and I thought it'd be fun to have a locker in here as well, and it's like really scuffed up and like they've got into a mood and sort of kicked it and all that sort of stuff. They've also got a little meditation seat as well because I thought that would fit their personality, so they're like into sports and also zen as well. So we have a few different little bits and pieces, but definitely can get the character of this sim. And we do go for a lot of posters and everything on the wall. I thought it'd be quite nice to have the what are they, suitcases as well, and I thought a lava lamp in here just to give us like a purple tinge throughout the room was just perfect. So we've got a bit of like school stuff, and we've got the little eye as well for like spiritual things, sports posters, graffiti, music, all sorts of different stuff. So they have varied array of tastes for this sim. And then I can't remember what we put in that little extra space. I know I try and put a few plants and bits and pieces about, but I can't remember. I probably actually leave it blank, and we actually go for this really strong pinky purple colour in that room, which I think just brightens, like lifts all the black a little bit up. And then this is our kids' bedroom, so it actually has a built-in wardrobe because there was a few bits that where the roof came in, it was an odd texture. So on the landing we actually have a fireplace in between two extra built-in wardrobes, which I think is quite a fun feature. So there's plenty of storage and woohoo spots in this house. So the kids' bedroom is quite fun. It's very base game and the kids pack, but I think it works quite nicely as if they are a very sort of a younger child. They've got toys and all sorts of bits and pieces. They've got their little desk in the corner, like my first desk, and all sorts of bits and bobs, and some more like baby post square pictures up as well. So it's a more younger child. And then we have our giant bathroom, and this is when I realised, like, when I was putting this stuff in, I was like, this bathroom is way too big. And we get a good view of our built-in wardrobes as well with our fireplace. So one of them is probably blocked-ish by that seat, but I did want to have a seat so you could actually use this, like, dress the space a little bit. And this was when I was like, this room is too big, so I was like, I have to move some stuff about and put an extra door in, which is actually quite good because the window we put in for the small tiny box room actually hides behind the growth on the side of the house. This sounds so bad, like the plants that are growing on the side of the house, so you can't actually tell there's a little window there because we use a little round one, which I thought was very cute. And then we add in some of the nursery stuff, and we put in a bassinet and everything, so they could be like expecting a new child on the way, and a few bits and pieces that you might need for when they grow a little bit. And they probably have to swap the bedrooms around, which I imagine the teen would have to go in the kid's bedroom, and the two kids would have to go in that bedroom and sort of share. And then we've got a little side thing for bits and bobs. I tried to mix up what we had in there, and then we can start on our landscaping. So we've got a mix of trees. We've got like birch trees. Definitely wanted to have a willow tree that's outside, and I was trying to make it so everything framed the house. So this angle we're in is like the perfect view to look at this house, so you can see it like leading you into the front door, and everything's supposed to like frame that. We're actually going to put some chickens out the front as well, and it did look really odd not being walled in when I was putting in more and more of the landscaping. So we put one of the stone walls from Cottage Living as well, which works out very nicely, and mixing that in with our chickens and everything, and we've got a bee box, so if your Sims enjoy gardening and like a little country life, should we say, they will definitely enjoy living in this house. And lots of rocks about as well. I did want everything to be nice. And then we've got like a back garden and eating area, and that is our house. A lot of landscaping off camera as well. I apologise, but let's jump into the screenshot so you can see we've got like plant boxes out the front. We've got like a little debug gate as well into the house, and some extra trees and everything. And we've got a little picnic area and a laundry thing as well. A little swing set. So this is our front of the house. This is our hallway up to the upstairs, and our kitchen space. It's quite dark and a little bit different as well. We can get our view through to the dining room, which is very rustic. And we've got our bar, our living room, which is nice. Lots of space as well in the living room for different bits and pieces. You definitely get the Christmas tree in the living room. Here's our play area room with our double height windows, which look really cool. Our bathroom upstairs, I think it is. Then we've got our nursery, and we've got our master bedroom, which is the bed area. Then we've got our chest of drawers and everything, and a little love seat as well in the corner. Then this is our teen bedroom, which is very moody and black. And then we've got our kids' bedroom, which is nice and light actually. It's a very bright, colourful room. And then we will be heading on outside to look at the different bits of landscaping that we have. So I hope you enjoyed this build. If you did, feel free to give it a like, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye.